Oh, what up, though? Good evening and welcome to another episode of Uncensored, Unfiltered, Notoriously Opinionated. It's your man that goes by many names and monikers. Welcome. If this is your first time tuning in to Notoriously Opinionated, welcome. If you've been rocking with the boy, you've been walking with the cat, welcome back. All right, so we're going to open this up like this. I told you that my dream was when we're watching the news, like the news say if it bleeds, it leads. Yeah, not on this show. On this show, if it wins, it begins, right? So here's how we rock it, right? I coach a youth flag football team. They a 10U squad, right? So I've been coaching these same kids for about 3 years, right? 3 or 4 years. How old, bro? It's been about 3 years, at least 3 years. I'm gonna say that, maybe 4. But they came up with the name One Shots because they was like, Coach, we can score in one shot. So they call themselves One Shots. So my squad played, like one of these, like this other team, they play flag football. They in a whole organized flag football league and things like that, and they came to play my squad, and they was all ready, and they was talking trash before the game, and my little dude spanked them by 2 touchdowns. Then we had a doubleheader. Our second game, we played. Now my team is a 10U team. Those of you that don't know what a 10U team is, everybody on my team is under the age of 10 years old. So my quarterback is 8, and the oldest player I got is 10. Right? We played a 13U team. Their youngest player was 11. Their oldest player was 13. They looked like the offensive line of the New York Giants, right? These kids was huge. And I'm not playing. Like, when I say they big boy was big, they big boy was big. He could not fit the flags that we had. I had to go get one of the men's flags I needed a boomerang to go around big boy, like, for real. Like, my man was huge. And so my team was looking at him, and they like, Coach, they so big. I said, yeah, and that means y'all faster than them. If any of them catch you, we got a problem. We got a serious problem. If any of these kids catch you, it's a problem. We running go routes the whole game. I told them, don't run routes before the game start. You're going to be tired by the time the game starts. And if you think I'm playing about the fact that we are going to run 9s the whole game, I'm not. We are running sluggo and 9s the whole game. If you didn't play football, you don't know what sluggo is. But it's a slant and go. That's all it is. But we running all go routes. And they better not catch you. We beat them by 2 touchdowns. So we won because my little dudes decided they was going to be leaders, and they wasn't going to be intimidated by a bigger squad, by an older squad. Because at first they was like, Coach, they 12, 13 years old. So they big. You fast. Beat them. That's it. I started believing them. They started believing themselves. And next thing you know, once they start seeing that these plays was working, they scored that first touchdown. It was a wrap. They messed up letting them score. They messed up letting my little dude score. When they scored, they got confidence. It was like Buster Douglas fighting Mike Tyson. Once he realized he was rocking Mike, it was over. So now they got confidence. I told you, if you win, you begin on Notoriously Opinionated. So that's what we're getting into. There's nothing wrong with being a follower as long as you're an intelligent follower and you have a competent leader, right? And you follow that leader so you can become an intelligent leader and a competent leader, right? The only problem with being a follower is staying a follower. That's the thing. There's nothing wrong with following because you got to learn how to lead. Everybody is not a natural born leader. You got to learn how to lead. Learn from a true leader. So when it's your time to lead, you're going to do your thing, right? All right. So we're going to kick this off. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. It's your man. I'm Notoriously Opinionated, Unfiltered. Let's go. didn't see that coming, did you? What up, though? All right. So, although to those of you that frequently watch my show, this man needs no introduction, but I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Do you think?
What's up, everybody? For those of y'all who know me, right? I'm Reese. I've been rocking with this brother most of my life. Most people know me as a person that's a servant for the cause. And I'm here to support, but not only that, but to stand up and put action behind words to do my part to make the world a better place.
Yes, sir. And you know this. I if you thought it was over, it's not. Okay. Let's change that. Hold up, Relion.
Yep, you good.
Let me figure something out real quick. There we go. All right. And like I said, we rocking. It's the fellas tonight. Relion, go on and introduce yourself, bro.
What's up? Yeah, man, it's Essex, man, you know, also known as Relion, man. Glad to be here with the fellas, man, you know, and jump on some topics. So it's good to be here, man.
Hey man, real quick, I gotta recognize greatness when it's present, man. My dude we went into LCF last weekend, bro, and my man did his first showcase inside of LCF last week and rocked everything. You know what I'm saying? Like rocked it all the way out, you know. And so for real, like 100 salute to you, my dude, because you did your thing. Hey, you did a fantastic job, man. It got emotional. It was dope. It was dope.
Yes, sir.
Talk about the experience real quick.
Yeah, man, it was something that, you know, I just go back to, you know, the time that I was in there, man, and, you know, doing music and stuff like that. And that was one of the things I always wanted to do, you know, because so many people would tell me, man, you know, when we would fill that auditorium up, man, the brothers come in there, man, just to come and see us do our thing, man, do them shows inside of there, man. Just the relief it gave them for just a moment, bro. Just take some of the pressure off of all that stuff we was dealing with in there. Just get away, hear some good music, some good relatable music, man, that spoke to the spirit, you know, the mind, all of that. So, you know, it's something I wanted to carry on, bro. I didn't know how that was going to look, you know what I'm saying? But I did know that it was something I wanted to do. So when the opportunity came up, man, it was just, you know, it was just at the right time, bro. It was really at the right time because it also reminded me of what, you know, my purpose has always been with the voice I've been given. You feel me? So, and sometimes we can lose sight of that, you know, get in our own way. And a lot of times that's what happens. But the experience, man, was great. It was great, man, to see the fellas, man, meet some new brothers going through that struggle, man, and just connecting with everybody. And, you know, and just sharing in their experience and what they're going through, their pain, their hurts, their frustrations, you know, because we've been there. We've been there. And so to be able to go in and make a real connection with them because that's what they need, man, for real. So it was great, bro, to just be in there doing that with them brothers, man.
All right. I was trying to figure something out, but you are absolutely correct. That's exactly what they needed. You know what I'm saying? I remember when Diamond G came in, right? After he left, he came back in with a whole entourage. Hey man, that was so dope. I was so it was inspiring, it was encouraging. You know what I'm saying? And then like now I'm keeping the buck, right? My ultimate goal.
Yeah.
This is my ultimate goal. To get you, Diamond G,
Biggie, Bug.
Bugs is gonna be tough just because he's so far away. But to get you, Diamond G, and Ghost all in there at the same time do a concert.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I mean, it's not. Listen, they don't. We know real, right? Because we was in there in that place, and y'all threw some of the most amazing concerts on the level of any entertainer that's been in the free world all this time. The whole time we was in prison, we had some amazing concerts that y'all threw, man. For real talk, you know. So yeah, seeing y'all three of y'all together now from this standpoint to go back in there, that would be an amazing thing.
That would be so dope.
And the thing of it is for the people on the inside, those people walk the yard with us for decades, right? Yeah. They know we real. And when I say that, we real people to them. People right. that you see in social media, on whatever, Facebook, TV, the Emmy Awards and all that. Who knows? It could be AI for all we know. Who knows, right? We ain't seen those people. But those people walk the yard with us every day, you know what I mean, for decades. So they know we real. But to see the transition from walking the yard for those decades to now being outside in this reality and seeing how we're faring, right? It brings things, it makes things more real. It kind of solidifies the motivation and the desire to keep pressing forward through a overwhelmingly depressing situation. You know what I mean? A hopeless situation. Because we did decades, bro, right? Numbers that we couldn't even fathom when we got them. I know when I got sentenced, I had to get a pen and a piece of paper to figure out actually how much time I had, right? I couldn't see that far. So for those brothers in there that's still on that struggle, fighting to come home, it's important to have motivation. And you doing that real.
For sure, man. I appreciate it, man. I really do.
Yeah.
Because I know, man, like you just spoke on, like when you come in there at that age, the age we get in there, you don't know what the end looks like. Can't even see that far. You know what I mean? So like you were saying, we represent what persevering through that and coming out on the other side look like. You know what I mean? You can go either way. You can go either way, man. Go this way where you know we striving and we made it through that, or you can go the other way. You know what I mean? And most people, I would think, would want to go the way of the brothers, man, that made it through, man. So it's good to be that example to them, man. It's good to be able to put their eyes on that. For them to be able to put their eyes on that and see that, man, means a lot, bro. You could tell, bro. Scrap, you know, bro. The emotion, the hugs was some of the strongest hugs, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I knew it. I knew those hugs was gonna be strong, bro.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, it was good.
Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing for real. Hey, shout out to the homie Scoob and KJ, man, for tapping in.
Word, y'all. What's
up,
Scoob?
The champ is here. The champ is here.
Yeah. Hey, man. Hey, much love to KJ, man.
Doing his thing, man. Proud
doing his
of
thing.
bro,
He got a fight coming up soon. It's up in Philly, and originally I was planning on going because I was gonna be in Philly shooting the film.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's gonna pan out, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go because I was gonna be there at the exact same time he was fighting. So I was like, man, I'm pulling up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But we gonna see what's up, man. And much love to the homie School, man.
Yes, sir. School, what's up, bro? Hey, before I forget, man, let me shout out KP, bro.
30th.
Bro be having, you know what I'm saying, we already know how full his plate is.
Yeah.
If one of his brothers call and say, hey man, you come through, man, and do this for me, bro gonna be there.
He pulling up.
The man got a heart to go, so I just want to shout him out real for showing up. He was also at that show, man, so he did his thing, bro. So I couldn't let it go on without shouting out bro, man.
It wasn't.
I know.
Hey,
we gonna double back.
hey, it's my godson, so I gotta get him in. And now the cool thing is that they let us record it, and it's gonna be able to be played for all of the fellas in the facility. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Who? See, KJ about to get on some bullshit.
What do you say?
And you know what I'm recognizing as well is that within the system, because in the system that when we was there in that system, they were very, very mindful of the control of input, which means they had complete control over what we seen on television, what we heard music wise, the books we could read, the information that we could acquire. They put their finger on everything, right? And most of the time back then, it was nothing that had a positive picture of us, right? But things have changed. I don't question the universe about how or why, but I understand that things have changed. And it feels like, bro, like a lot of us that was in that era of time that we was in there together, like there was a purpose for us all meeting, meshing, and feeding each other, right? That's now being revealed in this reality here. That's what it feels like to me, right? Because most of us, think about it, real. When I look at those of us out here now that's made it out here and what we're doing, I reflect back on our math class in college, right? And I remember looking around the room in our math class, and it was all black dudes. It was all us brothers, right? Each one of us, all the ones we talk about. And I remember thinking in my mind, this is a significant thing right here, right? And so then you fast forward 10, 13 years later, right? And you look at the fruit that it bears, right? And the things that we are all putting our energy behind. There was a purpose to that.
Absolutely.
How we got out and we still connected. And what y'all need to understand is all of us are from different walks of life, right? You got brothers that was Chris, Bloods, GDs, Vice Lords, whatever, right? That were able to communicate and build bonds, right?
Yeah.
That was bigger than
bigger than the
small
game.
grouping.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Sure.
We seen the reason for that because we was in a small closed-in area and we needed to be able to communicate and learn how to build a relationship where we could communicate effectively, right? Which set the stage for us being able to come out here now and say, wait a minute, all of the things that kept us separated don't seem to be true, right? We really can work with each other. We really can respect each other. Not, I'm talking about pure respect and love for one another as human beings, not as Crip, Blood, Big Homie, the OG, all of these titles, right? But on a human level, right? From one guy to another, you know? We have that pure type of relationship, right? That I think that the world don't even know exists.
Right.
Because the picture of us has always been painted that it's going to always be a problem. We always bump heads. We always got to bang. We always got to harm and hurt and tear each other with all of the negative stuff, right? And if that's all you hear feeding your mind and your spirit, the picture that it paints for your eyes is what we going to create. So we created a different one, right? And now we seeing the fruits of it now today. Like I said, Rail was at my house, a month ago. We still out here flowing together. We still out here functioning. I was just talking to Rail last week and had him do something for me. We still flow together. He called me. We still flow together, right? Because the bonds that we have are pure. They're not based on nothing fake.
Yeah, right? For real.
None of that. From one brother to the next brother. From my heart, I want to see you succeed. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Now I'm gonna say this, like what? So my take on that is this: like we started to grow up and see that, man, it's other thorough motherfuckers from other sets. You know what I'm saying? Like this blood dude over here, boy. If he, I remember saying this about a couple of the fellas. It's like, boy, if he wasn't the blood, we'd probably be cool. You know what I'm saying? And then come to find out, we ended up being cool anyway, because it's like we dropped a whole lot of the stigma, and it was like real is real.
Real is
you know
real.
what I'm saying? Real is real, and it's regardless. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's how we all mess with each other now. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly how. But I want to, gotta put this on the screen real quick. So the homie school was like intertwined past. The communication made the advance in the society inside the society. You know what I'm saying? Like when we talk about going to jail, a lot of people don't really understand that. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't live that life, you don't really understand what that means. When we say we about to go to jail, it'll be like, ain't you in prison? How you gonna go to jail in prison?
Right.
Trust me, they figured out a way. You dig? Trust me, they figured out a way. And KJ was like, hindsight being 2020, I feel like I met all y'all for a reason, and I feel the exact same way.
Yeah.
So here's a little bit further clarity for those of y'all that, like I said, that's been rocking with Notoriously Opinionated for a minute. When I tell the story of the dude that was like, because I was like, I'm sick of being out here, and I'm about to go beat somebody up. I'm going to jail. When I tell you about the dude that was like, you know, what's that for? That's who I'm talking about. That's who I'm talking about. This is the cat that was like, bro, you're not gonna be in here forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this is exactly what he said. And I don't even know if you remember this. I mean, you remember, but I don't know if you remember what you said. He was like, ain't no jail, ain't no hole on the street. Ain't no hole on the street.
Yeah.
You run to the hole every time you get frustrated, lost, tired, whatever. You gotta learn how to deal with it.
Gotta learn how to deal with it.
Stand up and face it. Because if you don't, you're creating indoctrination in your mind that's gonna affect your future moving forward.
And that's exactly what I had to learn. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I had to, me especially. I had to learn that. You know what I'm saying? To be able to keep myself in check and realize that I'm working towards a greater focus. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
What the hell did you say?
Now, individually, we all have to understand that my purpose is not his purpose.
Facts.
His purpose is not real purpose.
Facts.
We are all like the body, the cells that reside within our bodies. There's millions of cells, but they come together to work together so that the body can move in perfection, right? So we got to think about us as a community, a collective, right? All individual cells, right? But one body coming together for the perfection and movement of the whole body, right? And each individual cell has a very, very detailed and important job. One is not bigger nor smaller than the other. They all have purpose.
Yeah.
And if we can start seeing each other that way, just think how we can affect the world, right? So we've been where we've been, right? And so when we talk about our stories about the past, we only talk about these stories so you can understand the things that shaped us, that shaped our thinking. We were taken out of this society, right? Placed in a place where we were stigmatized as something less than, right?
Yeah.
Which was the greatest blessing that could have ever happened to me. Being taken out of this society gave me the opportunity to see life for what it was versus what I was told it was, or what I was being shown it was, right? So stepping outside of the society, it gave us an advantage so that when we were put back into society, we could see through the veil, bro. Real talk. And I'll give you an example of what I mean. You remember how hard we fought about fought against being institutionalized while we was in prison. Everybody was like, man, because we was there for so long that you could really actually not want to leave. And I know people don't get that, right? Because you wasn't in it. But there are people there that actually never want to leave prison. They found a place there.
Yep.
Right?
It's a real thing. Yeah.
And so we never wanted to do that. And that was a hard struggle, constantly, every day, reminding yourself that I'm bigger than this. There's something waiting for me after this, especially when they're giving you 377 months, 644 months, that type of stuff.
9,999 months.
And you can't even see, you can't see past next week, right? So for us to be able to do that and keep that at the forefront of our minds and keep the struggle working towards that was very important. But it was for a purpose, right? And I believe the purpose is so that we can come out here and show the world how we can unify collectively, walk together in pure love, right? For no other reason than the fact that you are my brother, I am you, you are me, and I want the best for you like I want the best for me. And put action behind that, because it's time out for talking, right? It's time out for talking, right? We have all of the opportunities right here available to us. Every morning we rise, right? Nothing can stop us. I tell myself that every morning when I wake up. Where I'm going, what I'm doing, ain't nothing gonna stop me. Not one thing.
Right? Hey, shout out to Abe and O Dog, man. What's up, O?
I see you, O.
Hey, what's happening?
Yeah, Abe be tapping in. Hey, but so let's shift gears a little bit, but it's kind of going. We liable to wind up in the same place that we leaving, right? Mm-hmm. So I've been noticing this, right? One of my issues right now is with these 30s and 40s parents, 30s and early 40s parents, right? Like early 30s. You know what? I ain't gonna start with parents. I'm gonna get right to it. Quit babying these kids, right? Let's just cut to the chase. Quit babying these kids. You know, I realize that your baby is always gonna be your baby, right? I don't care. Like, I'm damn near 50 and I'm still my mama's baby, right? So it don't matter how old I get, I'm still my mama's baby. But I'm not a baby, you know? And again, Generation X, please believe it. Like, I was a latchkey kid. You did. Yeah. Like, there was a lot of things I had to figure it out, you know? I came from the era of fuck around and figure it out. They talking about fuck around and find out. I came from the era of fuck around and figure it out, you know? So it's like this. You got these kids that's living by this YOLO mentality, you know, that's living by this. You always want to be in the show, Jude. Always make it in the show. One way or another. My dog.
Oh, yeah.
So the thing about it is this, right? You're causing these kids to believe that they really do have a whole lot of time, and then they're gonna look up and they 50, right? And have what to show for it. You know what I'm saying? Because they was 18, 19, 20, 21 talking about I'm still a kid. To us, you might be, but in reality, no, you're not. Like, it's 12-year-olds in different countries that's doing it. You know, it's 12-year-olds in this country that's doing it. Stop thinking that these kids is kids. They not. But at the same time, the balance is this, and I've seen this in the schools, right? In school, and I lived it, which is why I could identify with it. It was a 12-year-old when I was at Smith Hill. I was at Smith Hill Middle School, right? And it was a 12-year-old that was always getting into it with his teacher. The brass tacks bottom line of it was this. He told me, my mama told me I'm the man at home. I'm the man of the house. That's what my mama told me. My mama told me I'm the man of the house. This little dude selling dope. I already knew. He admitted it to me. He's like, I bring food. I put food on my family's table. My mama told me I'm the man of the house. He is 12, right? And then he come to school, and these teachers is like, oh, but you a little kid. No, the hell I'm not. I'm the man of my house. And I understand exactly why he felt like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you can't, there's a fine line between it. There's that fine line between stop telling these boys they the man of the house because they taking that shit to heart and they're going to start acting like that. But at the same time, they not babies neither. So stop babying,
They're not babies. They're not babies, but kids still deserve to be in a space to where they can be kids, man. You know what I mean? Like, you're right, man. There is a line. There certainly is, man. And what we need them to be able to grow naturally, man. And growth comes from experience, bro. You know what I mean? So we have to try to meet them where they at to continue to keep them in spaces where they can get that natural growth and not be forced to be something other than what they are. And a lot of them are just kids, bro. They kids and they going through a lot, bro. You know what I mean? One of the things I've learned, you know what I mean, since I've been out is like, and not even just being out, just going back to when I was a kid, and not understanding how to process some of the stuff that you go through, some of the stuff that's going on around you. You know what I mean? That's where we come in, bro. Like, that's where we have to come in. Because you're right, man. Everything we've been saying about all of this was for a reason. Iron sharpens iron, man, and we all been learning from each other. So it's time for us to take that to them so they can also learn, That's our duty, bro. Like, we have to do that, It's irrelevant, man, and it's worthless, and it does a disservice to just try to chop them down or anything like that. You feel me? We got to build them up. And some of the stuff they're going through, we need to understand it a little bit more, because all of our experiences are different, similar in a lot of ways, but we said it, we all come from different backgrounds and different things that we absorbed, bro. And we didn't always talk about some of the stuff that we absorbed, we just carried it, and that ultimately affected how we behaved. You feel me? So we have to understand that meeting them where they at and having those conversations with them. Like, I just took my nephew to dinner, man, just to spend some time when he's 15. It's like I told him, man, you're at the cusp of that age, man, to where all these decisions that you make could affect the rest of your life. So it's important that we having those conversations with these young folks and we meeting them where they at. And I know that's something that you been out doing, man, and y'all been doing. I'm still kind of new out here, but it's man, it feels so, I don't even know how to put it into words, to be walking into that purpose, knowing that's what, that's part of the purpose, bro. You know what I mean? So let's just continue to push the narrative, man, and make some changes, man, because we are the examples, man. We are the examples.
I think it's important. I think it's important too that we break down the words, like, kid, child, right? Words have power. So in order for us to have the same understanding, we need to break those words down. Second thing I want to add to that, because in some ways I agree, because for me, it felt like I never had an opportunity to be a kid.
Yeah.
Right? Like, really.
Sure.
Right. But that's a whole nother story. But the thing that
it's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah. The
thing that I do want to say about that is that, some of y'all know I lost my son.
Yeah.
All right. I was locked up most of his life. He was like 1 year old when I went to jail. Right? But I got to see him often. So it wasn't like I missed a lot of his life, right? But then when I did finally come home, he was an adult, and I'm able to actually be out here with him daily of my own choosing, right? Or his own choosing. Uh, I was out here with him for 2 years before I lost him. That was such a strong situation. And I don't talk to people about this. I really don't. But that was such a strong situation. But one of the things I walked away, one of the things that as I grow and I evolve and I move forward with my understanding is that number one, my child was a gift. But belong to the creator, to the universe, to the collective, to the people.
Mm-hmm.
And he did his thing, really. So claiming and saying my child, I feel like that does him a disservice, right? But as a parent, I had to understand that what the creator's purpose for my son is way more important than the purpose I have for my son, right? And so when we're dealing with our children, we have to do the best that we can with the knowledge that we have, right? And the understanding that we have in the moment, right? But I think it's important that we start to try to raise our children to live a purposeful life, right? And what I mean by that is not be so concerned with inclusion, friendships, society norms, all of these things, but to more raise them to be able to seek the understanding of their purpose in life, which stems from the creator, right? I think we missing that. I think we really missing that. And so in hindsight, like they said, hindsight is 20/20. In hindsight, and it's crazy, my son was an example to me.
Yeah.
My son laid a path for me. My son taught me some things. You see what I'm saying? Pay attention, man. It's bigger than what you see with your physical eyes. Learn to listen with your spiritual ear. Learn to see with your spiritual eye. Because a lot of what we focusing on, a lot of what we valuing is fake. It's not real. It doesn't hold any value. It passes away. It's gone in a blink of an eye, right? Focus on the things that's everlasting. And I'm not just talking about heaven, right? Evolution. What comes next for your child and your child's child and your child's child and your child's child. Legacy. If you're not here working towards legacy, what are you working for? What are you doing? If you're not here educating about evolution, right? If you're not here educating about making the world a better place, focusing on those values that represent the real you, not the flesh, not the clothes, the real you, the one that resides in this body. If you're not here living your life focusing on those things, it's gonna pass away. 100 years from now, who gonna remember you?
Yeah.
Who gonna remember what you did? Who gonna remember what you gave? How is it gonna affect the world in a way that propels us towards something better, right? Ain't got nothing to do with what kind of car you drive, the shoes, the jewelry. I work in Versace's. That's how much it mean to me. Nothing.
Yeah.
There's no value in that.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no value in Tom Ford. That's a lie he created and gave it to you and made you a consumer to steal your energy.
Facts.
Right? Working with your little league football team in your neighborhood, being an example, trying to show somebody how to have peaceful resolutions, being there to support and encourage, to show young males that there is no ceiling over your head. See, when I wake up in the morning and I say, this is what I'm going to do, I know I'm going to do it. If I say I'm going to be a billionaire in 5 years, guess what? I don't care what you say. I don't care about how you think about it. I don't care what doubts you got in your mind. I know what I'm going to do. So we need to start talking to our brothers, our youngsters, and teaching them that there is no limit to you. There is none. Your imagination, your dreams. But you do need to know yourself and learn how to value those things that are purposeful, that are everlasting. Think about those things. When we having these conversations on the block or rolling with the homies or just sitting around with your family, what kind of conversations are you having? You talking about P. Diddy and some baby oil? Who gives a damn?
Yeah, real.
That shit ain't got nothing to do with me or what's going on in my neighborhood. Real talk, man. Pay attention. Listen to your spirit. Focus on the things of value.
And that's the real thing, making sure that we focusing on the things that mean something. The way that we was always on a each one teach one. There's things that I know that my brother don't. There's things that my brother know that Real don't. There's things that Real know that I don't. And so we all of us was Ginsus because we all had things that other ones didn't know, and none of us had a problem sharing it. You know what I'm saying? And it was never on a I know this and you don't know that. It's like, no, bro, I need all the knowledge that he got. He need all the knowledge that Real got. I need all the knowledge that both of them got. I need all the knowledge. I need it all. You know what I'm saying? I am a LLL, a lifelong learner. Yeah. You dig? For the rest of my life, I'm gonna be learning. Right? KP, tap in. Hit my line, man. Go ahead, hit it, and get on it.
I think he said he had to get back. He was just on break for a minute.
Why he didn't tap in at the beginning of the break, jerk?
He did. He tapped in until it was down a little further. He said he was on break for a second.
Oh.
Yeah, he tapped in.
Which one? This one?
I do want to say one thing on this show before, because I think that sometimes people think that when you step up and you start to open your mouth and you start to speak about the things that you're passionate about, right? When you start to share the things that you learn or understand, that people, first thing they want to do is they want to put you under a microscope. I live in the flesh, therefore I struggle. When I think about the reverends, the pastors, the leaders, and how people focused on the man instead of the message. And we all know that to be born in the flesh is flawed. Right? But yeah, we have no grace for one another.
Right.
When the whole point is live, experience, and grow through your experience. The struggle is real.
Struggle is real.
And as long as you in the flesh, whether you 10 or you 110, that's a battle you're going to wake up to every day.
Absolutely.
The best thing that you can hope for is balance, right? So the hell with me, Maurice. I'm a nobody. I don't mean nothing. Nothing. I'm looking at you and I'm telling you, I don't mean nothing. But the message that I'm sharing with you means everything. Everything.
Well, I don't know about that. I think we all mean something to somebody in a major way. Because all of us have a purpose, whether we know it or not. You know what I'm saying? Like all of us have a purpose. Because if, let's just say you wasn't there to tell me what you told me, and I didn't learn that lesson, you did, I might still be there.
Yeah.
Right?
Message though.
And that's another thing. So between KP, hey, shout out to Lil Randall, man, my dude. What's up, Lil Randall? I know for a fact we was all on both of their heads. You know, we was especially KP, especially KP.
The whole joint was on KP.
The whole joint was on
because
KP's
he was
head.
a brother to all of us. That was our little brother.
All he was all our man. Listen, so I got way entirely too many stories about him, but Lil Randall too, man. But see, Lil Randall, listen, that was the thing. KP was hard headed. Lil Randall, listen. KP listened to, you know, but
I think we all raised a bunch of people's children while we was there in prison doing all our time. And so even when I think about my brother that's still there, who was my fall partner, fighting for his freedom, and he has to see me be out here while he's still there. And I remember talking to him on the phone, and I could feel his energy going lower and lower and lower. And my heart broke because I felt like I had to make a decision, like I was being forced to make a choice to focus on my own life, which involved my family, my children, my mom, and leave him where he was. Yeah. The struggle continues. And I say that to say this, that I had to, because I felt my brother's energy weakening, and it made me nervous, right? Because people commit suicide in prison a lot. When they get to that point where they like, bro, I'm done. Y'all know, we seen it, Pericles, so many of them. And for me, it felt like I talked to so many of them the night before, right? They took their own lives. And so I felt this with my partner, and I had to figure out a way to continue to motivate him. So I just went to see him every weekend. I answer every one of his calls, and I keep it 100 with my brother. And I wanted him to understand that even in a place like prison, there's a purpose. For me, I didn't know it in the moment, but I had a lot of interactions with a lot of good people. And the moments and the times that we shared affected them in a way that was good. So even there, and I tell him that even if you don't make it back home, you got to understand, bro, that there's even purpose for you in there. No matter where we at, right? No matter where we at, we got to be for each other. Because we everywhere. So even in the joint, even we thrived in prison. And it was
as
because
crazy
of each other. It was because of each other. It didn't have nothing to do with stuff. Emotionally, spiritually, we thrived in prison because of our camaraderie, right? So even with him still being there, there's still people coming in prison every day, bro. You have a purpose to your life. Get them ready for when they coming back out here. To be collective in their thinking. To be purposeful in their actions. To be steadfast, dedicated. And never give up. You hear me? We have purpose.
Because that's what Esau, John Boy, Tommy, you know what I'm saying? That's what JB,
Big Woo. It was so many,
man, so many.
Nate,
Uncle Nate, Uncle Earl, you know.
Salute to Uncle Earl. And I mean that with every ounce of
my mama.
Salute to Uncle Earl.
I'm trying to,
real
man,
soldiers.
Listen. How many times you get thumped?
3. That's all it took. 5 years ago. I didn't know he was on the premises and I was running my mouth.
Yeah.
On my head.
That's what I was gonna say. You wouldn't have done it if you known he was there, because you already know, man. Like
You
it
know
was,
Uncle
it
Earl
was just
around, boy.
it was just such a respect for that man. You feel me? Like it was such a real respect for Uncle Earl, man.
Real,
like,
bro.
you know what I mean?
Moomba
Yeah.
too.
So
Yeah, Moomba.
yeah,
Hey.
yeah, Moomba too. Yep, for
Hey,
sure.
man, I'm telling you, like there's certain individuals, you say their name and it's immediate respect. My father was one of them. You say Steve Cummins' name, it's immediate respect, you know, which is the reason why I didn't want nobody to know whose son I was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, and you talking about when we heard the Dim Brothers pass, you talking about thoroughbreds
Legacy.
breaking down.
Legacy. Not only just legacy, man. Just think about all the wisdom,
Everything
they
that
to,
man.
Just think about the words that they gave us that shaped us. Just think about how they kept. Cause just think about how easy it would have been without them for us to be lost in negativity, bro. We would have been in there at each other's throats, right? Like they do in so many other prisons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uncle Earl, hey man, Uncle Earl and John Boy, man, like, boy, look, and Talib, and Talib, hey man, the list go on and on. You know what I'm saying? I'm leaving out dozens and dozens of brothers. You know what I'm saying? But the list goes on and on. But shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy Kamara, man.
For sure.
Man,
it was a lot of them. And so this is when I reflect on my life. Let me put it like this: when I think back on my life and the times that we shared in there, I really don't remember that many times a struggle. Now tell me honestly, real.
Yeah.
When did you not have what you needed, or what you wanted?
Not once. Not one time, for real.
So when we looking at things in hindsight, in reality, bro, we were really, 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 really blessed. Yeah. Everything happens for a reason, man. Sure. And we were put in the path of those men so that they could affect us. So now we can later affect others. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's real.
Yeah. And so when I be thinking about that all the time, I'm telling you, I be dancing in the street, man, because I used to be like, God, man, I ain't had a chance to live. I ain't this, I ain't that. I never missed nothing. I ain't never been lacking. Yeah. I ain't. I could tell you my story, but you wouldn't believe it. I could tell you what's going on with me right now. You wouldn't believe it. And that's okay too. But I guarantee you, when you see me every day, you're going to see a smile in my face. My heart is going to be full, and I'll probably be dancing in the street. Real talk. I ain't never missed a beat. God has always blessed me. Every day, every moment, every situation. I went to prison for standing up against the police, standing in the street against the police that I felt was trying to kill me. Right? And I defended myself. I went to jail, and I did 29 years. But I ain't never, ever not had what I needed, whether it be the love of my people, the support of my brothers, the education that I needed, whatever. I ain't never been without. Never. I don't even think it's very many people that ain't never been to jail that could say that. And that's crazy.
That's real.
But it's the truth.
It's the truth.
I ain't never been without.
Yeah.
You gonna find your way on the show. Nah, that's real though. Man, this was a really good show, and it went all the way different than what I had anticipated, but it was better than I had expected, you know?
Yeah.
So the thing about shows like this, bro, is when when things just happen organically. You know what I'm saying?
Authenticity.
It's the authenticity of it. We were just talking about that before the show, but the authenticity of things makes it even better. You know what I'm saying?
It resonates with the spirit.
Absolutely.
You can tell the truth when you hear it. For real.
Yep.
If you tune in, you can tell the truth when you hear it because it'll resonate within you, you know. And just like I said, man, we all have our battles, our shadow work, as we like to call them. But that's the whole point of the journey. That's the whole point of why you here in the flesh. And I want y'all to understand, you don't really have to do anything different. Just be. And let the spirit guide you. Just be. And be guided from what's inside of you. It'll never lead you wrong. It'll never lead you wrong.
There's an internal intelligence that we all have, right? Like nobody, I mean, if you think about it, like nobody tells, like you're not telling your heart to beat, you know, you're not telling your lungs to breathe. You're not telling your lungs to breathe. You're not telling your central nervous system to do everything that it's supposed to do.
To blink.
You know what I'm saying? Like all these things is happening without your consent. You dig? So if we just found a way to trust these things, you know, to tap into these things and realize that these things are existing and that it's bigger than us, but it's within us, who knows what we'll be able to do.
I know what we'll be able to do.
I mean, I do too, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. You know, that's like I said, that's a whole other episode.
Yeah.
But really on, man. Give us some parting words, man, and we're gonna get up out of here.
Yeah, man, just continue to grow, man. Continue to walk into where we are, man. You know, the word for the last few days for me has been create, man, you know. You know, whether it's coming from our brother, you know, Lamont, man, Muggs, who's always, you know, pushing that, making sure that, you know, the brothers understand that, you know, or wherever, you know, we're getting that from, man. Just understand walking into your creation and everything we talked about is just that, you know, creating, man. So continue to create, continue to build, man, and love to all you brothers, man, and everybody listening and watching, man. It's been a pleasure. Thank y'all for having me. I'll be back. So you can believe that.
Now, question. Hey, let them know what you got going on too, bro. Anything that you want the people to know that you got going on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we are working, man. Getting things in order, man, to finally start, you know, getting things moving. I'll be up in Kansas City next weekend with you, Scrap, man. You know, we're gonna start shooting some footage, getting some things done, documenting some things. Yeah, man, just working to get this music out here going. And even going back to what Reese said, the message, man. Like I'm just a vessel of the message, you know. And just for me, that's how my message comes out. That's how I deliver my message. And you know, I said it, man. I do myself a disservice if I'm not creating with the skill set that's been afforded to me by the Creator, you know, by God Himself, man, and the things that I poured into myself and learned, you know, man, throughout my process. So it's important that we continue to grow and we continue to tap into those things, man, and share it with people, man. Share it with the world, man. We are energy, man. So we meant to move around. So let's keep moving, y'all.
Hey, man, I don't know if you remember this, but for years I was telling you, bro, I'm like, man, I can't wait till you hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't wait, bro. Now, I mean, like I was one of many that said this because it wasn't like nobody could see the talent in you. Like there were certain people you could just see the talent. Like you knew Real was talented. Like, you knew Ghost was talented. You know what I'm saying? Like there was just and it didn't necessarily, it wasn't even just talent in lyrical talent. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever your talent was, it's like I know when you leave, I'm not worried about you. You know what I'm saying? Because I just want to see it. You know what I'm saying? I and it's not that I want to see it. I'm want everybody else to see it. I want everybody else to see it now. You know, it's other people that need to hear this. You know,
Stay in their face, bro. You know what to do.
Real rap.
Yeah, exactly.
In their
Yeah,
face.
yeah, I am. Amen. Yeah.
So I really want to try and make that happen. That Diamond G, Essex, and Ghost
Cool.
concert.
Let's do it. Let's put it together. Let's do it. Ain't nothing to it. Let's just do it.
That 300 that Ball was talking about.
Yeah.
That'll bring 300 out.
I
Ain't
think
no
that
doubt.
we can have a day where we can just go in there and do a day of encouragement, empowerment, and transition.
He was talking about Thursdays.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can just do that and just do like how we used to do, and we had to do it when we was in there, but set up a day of activities and shows and you know what I mean, booths where we give them information, all kind of stuff, man, about what we doing, so that when they coming out and they want to come out and be a part of something that's trying to move forward, you know what I mean, to be about the people, right? They know where to come look for us. I think that's important too.
Are they
I agree.
Yeah, my parting words is it ain't nothing but love from me, y'all. That's it. That's it. It ain't nothing but love from me. That's all I got to give.
my parting words is, why is my dog always trying to get in the show? Like always, forever trying to get in my show, and I keep letting him in the show.
Straight up. He no good material when he sees. That's all.
That's what real. I might be out of town on the concert, but bro, on the next one I'll be there.
Okay. Yeah, it's on, bro. Looking forward to seeing y'all, man.
I appreciate you, bro. Value you.
Hey, sir. Yeah. Love y'all, man.
You're tuned in tonight. Thank you for tuning in, tapping in to Notoriously Opinionated, Uncensored, Unfiltered. Until next time, we'll catch you next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Same Notorious time, same Notorious station. And until then, your boy is out. Peace.